How's it going, guys? This is Revolution Ricky here at my house, in my office at Casa de Revolution. Going to do a extended video of a group I was doing about yesterday, which is the Beatles. I had shown off my record collection of the Beatles yesterday, and today I decided to show off the CDs. Well, and going to show off everything I got. This is going to be their solo careers apart from the Beatles. This is going to be as the group. This is going to be everything that I have. I'm missing like maybe one or two CDs. It's the Blue album that was updated, that was released a couple years ago, and the Now and Then CD with the single Now and Then and Love Me Do. I don't know where that's at. It's probably in one of these boxes somewhere. And the Beatles Live at the BBC, which is in my room somewhere. I can't find it. But I'm going to go ahead and show off everything I got. So without further ado, well, I guess I'll start with the last song the Beatles ever put out. And this is a cassette, Now and Then. It's still sealed in its original seal. I mean, it's starting to come open, but I haven't taken this cassette out. And I don't know if it would play or not. I just bought this just to have it. So I acquired this when I was on the mend from the foot surgery, so I got this, and plus I got it on vinyl and CD. Why bother opening this? So that's all of that, and I had to turn the light on because the lighting out there is not really good. So I guess I'll go ahead and start with what I do have. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the compilations and all that, and the solo material first. Sorry about the light. Let me put these in order first. Okay. I had acquired these recently. It took me over a couple of years. The Beatles Anthology 1. Beatles Anthology 2, which I picked up at the record store. I saw it and I jumped on it immediately. And the third one, which I bought for like $10 in Utah that time. It plays pretty good. And still got a little sticker in the price tag on there. And I played these and they sound fantastic. I acquired those. And this one actually is from a movie. It's not Help. It's not A Hard Day's Night. It's not the Magical Mystery Tour or Yellow Submarine. Even though I have all those movies except Magical Mystery. But yesterday, I really loved this movie. Me and my wife went and saw it. And being big Beatles fans like we are, I had to buy the soundtrack. It was just so great. I wouldn't call it well, I guess you could call it a Bollywood movie if you want. I mean, it was out of Europe, and we saw it about 7 years ago. But me and my wife really enjoyed it. And it's high on our list of Beatle-type themed movies. But I would recommend you seeing that because it's a very fun movie. And let me get this box over here because I've got a lot of stuff to show. I picked this up. Can't remember. I pick this up in either here or in? No, I picked it up here. The Traveling Wilburys on CD. I showed off the vinyl yesterday, and it was a good showing of the vinyl, and it the CD is fantastic. I picked that up for like $3. Um, I acquired for my birthday the Ringo album by Ringo Starr. Uh, this is a good album, and like a Ringo has been releasing music. I think him and Paul McCartney are in a tie to try to find out who can release the more of the albums quicker. And I picked this up a couple years ago for my birthday. My wife got it for me, and my wife got me this "Why Not" by Ringo, which has a good song. I think Peace. It's got "Peace Dream," "Walk with You," "Time," "Everybody Wins," "Mystery of the Night," "Can't Do No Wrong," "Why Not," "Who's Your Daddy." I really like this album. It was, and here's my, the two compilation albums that I do have of the Beatles. This one's the before they added the Now and Then song to it. I got both of these. They're in plastic wrap. I put them in CD plastic wrap. And the booklet from that one is missing. And I got, let's see, I got Let It Be Naked. I really like this. I mean, people have it as a hit and miss. I like it, and that's all I can say to it. Let It Be Naked. I really don't like the Let It Be album. I mean, I like it. It's just, it's not one of my favorites, but this remastering of it is very good. And I kind of confiscated this from my wife. The Beatles Love from Circus Soleil. It's not in production anymore. They quit in Las Vegas. I've always wanted to go see it, and every time me and my wife went to go to Las Vegas, it was booked, and the last time we went, it was canceled, so they quit doing it. So I really liked this compilation. And I got Beatle compilation albums galore. And this from Travel and Wilburys is the collection. Has Volume 1, Volume 3, and a DVD in it. I'll just show it off. All 3 CDs and the DVD, and both CDs and a DVD in there. I like this. I have 4 versions. 3 versions. I got a cassette of the Traveling Wilburys. I got a vinyl record of it, and the CD of them. So I'll just put that there. Okay, let's keep going on. And these are actually the solo albums of the Beatle members. I've already showed off Ringo because those are the only 2 Ringo Starr albums I've got. And I know it's a shame. So I'm just going to go down the line here. On solo Beatles, I'll just start off with John Lennon. Plastic Ono Band. I showed off the original copy of Plastic Ono Band yesterday. And I was able to save the hype sticker because I had ordered this off Amazon. And I have a rule. If I want to go get the album or the CD at a Target, I'll go to 2 Targets because they're close by. And if they don't have it, I'll order it. And I ended up ordering this. And I've learned to save the hype sticker. And this has got the poster, I believe. Let me look. I think it's got the poster in it. Let me take a look at it. It could. It may not. Yeah, it has the War Is Over If You Want It poster. I had ended up, I don't think they had that in the original copy of the vinyl. And of course, this has the Christmas track to it. Live TV, cut me a break. It's a pain in the derriere to get this in the wrapper. And I'm sorry about the glare, but the lighting in here is really horrendous today. Let's see, and of course I got John Lennon Imagine. This one actually has the Happy Christmas War is Over song on there. And it's a 2 CD set. This is the anniversary edition of the album. It came out, oh gosh, I can't remember when this came out. 2018? I think it was during the 45th. I'm not real sure. But I always did like this album by John Lennon. And of course, the one I got for Christmas, the last John Lennon record I did get, Mind Games, which is not really a big fan of it. I mean, I like it. I couldn't save the hype sticker. Of course, I don't think it even came with a hype sticker, but it's just got a booklet and it's the 2 CD set. And, Double Fantasy stripped down has the stripped down record and then the original record. I play this on my CD player a lot. And the only compilation, well, I did have a couple compilation albums, but about Give Me Some Truth. Yesterday I said that this was Come Together, but it was not. My mistake, I apologize, but I got Come Together, the compilation from John Lennon, and it's got all the classic songs, Instant Karma, Cold Turkey, Working Class Hero, excuse me, Power to the People, Jealous Guy, Give Me Some Truth, whatever, I think he said, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. Yeah, it's got Whatever Gets You Through the Night. That song always reminds me of watching something on SNL. It sounds like the theme of it a little bit for me. It's got Stand By Me, Just Like Starting Over, Beautiful Boy, Darling Boy, Watching the Wheels, Woman, Nobody Told Me, Give Peace a Chance, which is a great track. Then I got the 2018 version or 2014 version of All Things Must Pass, and I've got this now on CD and vinyl, which I just got the vinyl a month and a half ago. I got this for Christmas one year, and I was able to save. I'll go ahead and take it out. Was able to save the, let's see if I can get it. Again, live TV, got me in break. Was able to save the hype sticker off of it. There's that. Of course, it's got the lyric sheet, and the lyric sheet doubles into the poster of When the All Things Must Pass. And I really like this album. It's one of my favorite by the Beatles altogether. George Harrison really knocked it out of the park with this one. And a few years back, they came out with the 50th anniversary of it. And this was released in 2021, which the album came out in 1970, I believe. Or did it come out in 71? And it has Apple Jam. Of course, that one has Apple Jam on it too. But I'm not going to try to open it. It's a 3 CD set. It has outtakes and all that. And the album I showed off yesterday, oh boy, sorry. I'm living in the material world, which has got Give Me Love, Give Me Peace. I have that on vinyl. The original has the extra CD. I was hoping they'd have a poster to this, but I think at the time, albums were, and it has the advert to the Material World Foundation. Oh, it does have a, oh, is this a, I really don't play this one too much, but it does have a little bitty coaster here and a torch on the back. I'm moving along here. I'm sorry. I mean, we still got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Quoting Jerry Reed. Of course, Cloud 9, which is a phenomenal album. Got this for Christmas one year from my wife. She gave it to me, I think, gave it to me while I was on the mend from my foot surgery, and I always did like this album. You know, of course, I love George Harrison altogether. And then we'll move in with the Paul McCartney ones. I got Band on the Run. This is a anniversary edition of the album that came out, I think last year, or the year before. It was the 50th anniversary of the album, and I really like the song. I mean, it's got, of course, Band on the Run, Duet, Bluebird, Mrs. Vanderbilt, 1985, and it's all good. I really like this one too. I got this one in Utah. Well, me and my wife were up there this past spring, and I found Wings on the Speed of Sound. I have the vinyl somewhere, and it's all scratched to hell. But Wings at the Speed of Sound is a great album. It has, of course, Let Me In. It's a 3 CD. It's a 3 CD set of the album. You know, it's got Let Me In, Silly Love Songs. You know, the demos to it, bonus film music video. It's a DVD. I might have to check this out a little bit. I'm gonna have to check that out. And I've got Wings Over America. I showed that off yesterday. This one's a little bit easier to get out. Opens from here, I guess. You know, it has the CD1 and CD2, and I don't think it has anything else. It doesn't have none of the inserts are in it. Well, let me double check. Because no, it does. It does. It has this booklet, or is it a poster? It could be a poster. Let's see. Because I know the vinyl record that I do have has a poster in it. I got this one, and it's a good live album because I like the live rendition of Maybe I'm Amazed. And I got a Paul McCartney compilation album. You know, all the best. Has Band on the Run, of course, the big hit, Jet, Ebony and Ivory, Say, 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 Let Me In, Live and Let Die. Coming up, With a Little Luck and My Love. You know, those are staples of Paul McCartney's live shows to this day. Then I got anniversary edition of Flaming Pie. And I was able to save the hype sticker on that. And it has it's a double CD set. I hardly ever listen to it, but it is, what I've heard, it is a good album. And like I said, I was able to save that. And last couple, I got Egypt Station. I got another copy of Egypt Station somewhere because I had lost this one at the time, and I was able to hunt up all my Beatles CDs and solo Beatles CDs. So Egypt Station I really like. It's a fun album. I couldn't believe it went to number one because it was a surprise to me, but then again. And then I got McCartney 3. I got McCartney 3 Imagined somewhere around here, but I can never find it. It's around here somewhere, and it was when everybody was on lockdown from COVID, and I guess he wanted to release some music, so he played every instrument on this album, which, to me, that makes it more fun, where you played every instrument on the album and you sing on the album yourself. So he did that while I was in lockdown. Well, no, those were the solos, so I guess I'll go ahead with the stereo stuff. This I acquired over the years. I guess I'll go ahead with the two compilations and then work my way. This is actually my wife's live at the Hollywood Bowl. I kind of confiscated it from her and decided that that was it. I was going to go ahead and buy it. And then the Beatles one. I had bought like 3 copies of this. I have it on cassette somewhere, and it was my mother's. And we went through 3 CDs, and they all got scratched to hell. But I told my wife, I said, I'm going to buy this again. And then it'll be the last time I ever buy this album, period. And it was. And I keep it in a protective wrapping. And I don't play it that much. And of course, these are the stereos CDs that I've acquired. I've got, Please Please Me, some, With the Beatles, Hard Day's Night, For Sale, Help. This I am right here. Rubber Soul. I actually went and got this album in Utah about, I think, 2021 or 2020. I had bought it, took it to the hotel room where we were staying at, and all of a sudden I popped it into the DVD player because I didn't have my CD player at the time. I tried to play it and it wouldn't play, and it would not play. We tried it in the car, it wouldn't play. We tried it in the DVD player, it wouldn't play. We tried it at my everywhere, it wouldn't play. So I had to take it back, and for years I didn't get a new one. But then I ordered this one off of Amazon, so I got that, and it plays. Of course, depending on the day, Revolver, which is a great album. I really like it. Sgt. Pepper's. I bought this right at 2013. Well, it was around the time I got married. And Magical Mystery Tour, which my wife got me for Christmas one year. And the Beatles White Album. This was actually the first Beatles White Album I ever bought in my life. I asked my mother-in-law if she listened to the White Album, and she said yeah, she liked it. So I went and bought it. Go ahead and write those down here. I still got a lot more to show. Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road. I showed off my vinyl copy of it. I had 2 Abbey Roads, but one of them got smushed, so this one was a replacement. Let It Be, not one of my favorites. And then the anniversary editions. Start at the beginning. Got a little dust in there. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Love this one. Depending on the day, I don't know what is my favorite, but it's either going to be that, Revolver, or the White Album. It just depends on the day. Of course, the White Album with the Usher demos. Really love this. I played more the Usher demos than I do the White Album because it's so amazing. I figured that the Beatles should have released this as an unplugged album. And of course, the anniversary edition of Abbey Road, anniversary edition of Let It Be, and the anniversary edition of Revolver. I was able to save the hype stickers on the last couple of albums. and I stick it on the album. I don't stick it on the plastic. I wasn't able to do that with many of them. But, you know, to each their own. But that's it as far as that is concerned. You know, I've always got to turn this one around. Well, like I said, live TV cut me some slack. And let's see. And I put them back in the chronological order that they were released. You know, the Beatles are just so fun. And you can't go wrong. I apologize to my forestry and crop production teacher from years ago. I actually sent her the video from yesterday that I made. And let's see. Okay, and let's go with these two. Those right here. I'll put these up in a little bit because I gotta take them in my office. And now I'm going to show off the box sets. I'll start off with the box set that I first bought of the Beatles, the US albums. I was so disheartened and probably upset that I couldn't get the Beatles in mono from years ago. And I said, you know what, I'll just order the US albums instead. Because I bought individual albums, and I had on CD of the US albums, and I had decided that, you know what, I'm just going to do that. So I had bought the US albums, and these came from Amazon. Take these out. Has the little booklet here. I'm not going to show many pages. I've gotten box sets like this at home. You know, it can't go wrong. And it's just so fun to listen to these albums. I listen more of the other stuff than I do. So, you know, you got Beatles and Meet the Beatles, which had the vinyl record of this. It's the new reissue. The Beatles second. Something New. Hard Day's Night. These are the Capitol versions. The Beatles Story, which only was around for this compilation, this box set. The Beatles 65. The early Beatles. The Beatles 6. The Beatles Help. The Capitol version of the Beatles Rubber Soul. The Beatles Yesterday and Today. This is actually, I'll take it out. These covers I actually replaced and put them in something else. I'll take this out, let you see it. But I'm not going to take the CD out. Actually, well, I guess I will. Has the butcher cover. And the butcher cover got a lot of controversy because, you know, the babies on it. And, you know what? I don't mind it. I mean, I don't have this album on vinyl. I wish I did. Wish I had all the, you know, the US albums on vinyl. But I don't. But I know where to get them. I know where to get the original copies of that. Let's see, where did it go? The Revolver there, the Capital One version of the Revolver, the Capital One, Capital, excuse me, Live TV, cut me a break. of Revolver and the album. I forgot the name. Sorry. Let me see what name this is. Hey Jude. Sorry. Ugh. My memory. I'm 54 years old. I'm turning 55 in a couple of weeks. So, but those are the versions of the U.S. albums that I've got, and I've actually given a couple of them to my wife's nephew, Mason, because he likes the Beatles, and I'm all good for that. And now, the last but not least, saving the best for last, I actually acquired this 5 years ago. I have waited and waited and waited for this box set for longer, because I really wanted to get it, and the prices just kept going up and up and up and up and up. And I saw where this was on a website, and it was very cheap. And I told my wife, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get it. If it's a knockoff, then I will eat the price. Of course, I'll have to eat the price anyway. But they just re-released these as the 2025 on vinyl versions. I don't think I have to say them anymore. The Beatles in mono. I actually was skeptical about getting this because I thought it was going to be a Chinese knockoff. And lo and behold, it's not. And if it is, it's very good reproduction. The only thing is they didn't have these plastic sleeves on them. I actually took the plastic sleeves from these albums, from the U.S. albums, and put them on these. So I had plastic sleeves, resealable plastic sleeves in that one. So I just transferred them. And of course we got the booklet right here. And it's glossy. You know, when you see the booklet, you usually think it's a computer forgery and there'd be spots on it. And I've actually taken these with me on the trip where I would go to Utah, or any trip for that matter, so I can have something to listen to instead of listening to XM satellite. But, you know, and they would have the ink from the printer dry on the thing. So I inspected this with a fine-tooth comb. So I already showed off the booklet, and of course let's get on with the CDs. You know, Please Please Me. And it has that little cover, as you can see it, the little fold in this cover, like the albums do, with the Beatles. For sale, Beatles for sale. This one, I like the rock and roll music on that one. Hard Day's Night. Help. Rubber Soul, which is my wife's favorite album. Like I said a couple times, my wife loves Rubber Soul. I like it. It's good, but I love this one better. Revolver. And of course, Sgt. Pepper's has the inserts. Real good. Oh, hell. I'm going to pause it because some of the CDs dropped. Sgt. Pepper. And it has the little card. And I checked it out. It has everything in it. And now you wouldn't have been able to print that off a computer. So, and it's glossy. And not, like I said, I was skeptical about getting this, but it was a hit and miss. So it had the little insert. It also Has the psychedelic cover. I was, like I said, it's very skeptical when I bought this because the guy I bought it from actually is from Utah, and I had told, like I said, I had told my wife I was going to go ahead and just get it. If it's a Chinese knockoff, I'll eat the price, because I look for little things here and there, because usually with this box set, and I'll show you in a minute, the apple on it is a darker type. Looked like it was printed off, and the border right here is not real good. But I had looked at that, and I looked at that, and I was like, it looks okay, but I'll go ahead and get it. And I told, like I said, I'll eat the price if it's not legit. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry, I had to pick up a couple CDs. The White Album has the, and the, the White Album is embroidered. It's got the embossing here. Has the, I checked this out, and with the Chinese knockoffs, you have to look for certain tracks that are amiss. And all the tracks on here follow up. And it's got the little border on here. And, it would print off songs, not once but twice. Of course, with the Chinese knockoff, the George Harrison would be Harryson. I mean, the guy, whoever came up with that Chinese knockoff couldn't spell. But I really liked it. Oh, I may have to move the cover. And last but not least, the Mono Masters. And the Mono Masters is a good track. My wife has the Past Masters, Volume 1, I believe, somewhere around here. But I was able to get this, and it's got the song. It has the song that my handle is Revolution Ricky. It has my favorite track, Revolution. Reason I picked that, and I don't want people to think I'm trying to overthrow the government or anything. I was trying to come up with a Beatle name, because I've heard that all these guys would be, with Beatle names as a tribute to their handle. And I always tell people, well, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Ricky didn't fit. And Please Please Me, Ricky sounded perverted. So, Revolution Ricky. It doesn't mean I'm trying to overthrow the government. It doesn't mean I'm calling for a revolution. It means I just love the song Revolution. It's been my favorite track for many, many years. But that's all I have as far as Beatles is concerned. I've been on here for about almost 40 minutes, and I wanted to show off what I have. I really love these albums because, it keeps me young. And I know my mother, if she was, God rest her soul, if she was around, she would be listening to this and probably trying to steal them from me. And she would probably say, Ricky, I'm proud of you. And then my forestry teacher, Ms. Clark, would probably say, well, Richard, I'm proud of you. Because that's my real name, Richard. Let's see. One's missing. Let me count these again. I'm going to put this on pause again and count them. And of course, I forgot to show off this one, the Magical Mystery Tour. I knew that was one short. I just couldn't remember which one. And it's got the booklet. The booklet, I'll show it to you. Some of the, with the Chinese knockoffs, have the booklet. either glued on or not stapled. This one, it's got the staples in it. And I've read this story. It's actually pretty good. And of course, you know, it comes with these little CD replicated covers, the CD, which I like. But Magical Mystery Tour, you know, I do like it. And I do have like a couple more I have several box sets from either the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. I got the Rolling Stones mono, the Rolling Stones in mono. I got that, and it's all these albums are just so fantastic. I really can't go wrong with them at all. So let's see, looking out first. Pause this again, and sorry about the glare. I had acquired this box set and this one over the course of the years. This was because I was upset with the I couldn't acquire the Beatles in mono, but a couple years later I got this one and was in hog heaven because I think I paid like $199. I told, you know, like I said, I told my wife I was going to take a risk, and I did, and it paid off. Well, I've been on here long enough. It's been over almost 40 minutes. My wife's fixing to come home, and I get to pester her. So, without further, I'll see y'all in the next video. Keep spinning those vinyls and CDs. I'll see you around. Peace.